Alright guys, in today's video of FlexiSTARTER, we'll be looking at the status bar and tooltips. But let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We do have a variety of different softwares we cover and we upload videos daily, so just keep an eye there for any new content. Otherwise, we head back in the program here. Now, before we start, just a reminder, this is a mini series on the user interface. So I will leave relevant links in the descriptions to some previous videos and so forth. Otherwise, when it comes to the status bar and tooltips, this is a very handy feature that most programs actually come with. And that basically gives you extra information about what's happening inside, or if you've hovered over an icon, it gives you extra information on how to use that tool and so forth. Some programs also, when you're doing actions like rotating and so forth, will also update and tell you what's the current percentage and stuff, but I don't think that happens on this one. But then to start off, let's start with the status bar. So right here at the bottom of the screen we have this bar, so all the information, status information, will pop up in this bar. So for instance, if I just hover here with my mouse, you can see where the location of the mouse pointer is. I'm not sure if you can see this. This may be a bit small, but this is relevant to the size of your actual document and these measurements on top. So we hover here around 14, then we can see the X is 14 and then the Y is currently 23, so you can move to 20. So you can kind of use your mouse cursor to kind of get a exact position of something, which is rather nice. And then next up, if you just take your mouse over anything, then it will pop up extra messages at the bottom there about the item. So if we go here to the selection tool, it says select options, use shift to add or remove selections. So now we know if we've got these selected, I can keep shift in and select the tool tips and status text, and it will deselect it. And if I do it again while keeping shift in, it will reselect it. So they tell you nice things like that to kind of use the tools better, and sometimes just what they do. So for instance, if we go to our top main menu here, and let's say we hover over undo, and at the bottom we'll say there undoes the last operation. So basically it also tells you what they do. Just can be handy if you're not too sure, if there's something you want to try out and you're not sure what it does. You can also just go there and you hover on it, and if it's grayed out, it will still show you. So it is a very handy feature, or feature to learn to use. Then next up we have the tooltips. Now what this will do is if you hover over any icon, it will pop up a little tooltip that says the name of the of whatever you're hovering on top of, and if it has a shortcut, it will put it in little close brackets, the shortcut. So here it says it's the text tool, and then if we press T, it says it will swap to the text tool, and then we can see it does it. Same with if you had to hover over the color mixer, and it says there, let's just do that again with the zoom, and it says the color mixer, M for zoom, for the color mixer. So then if I press M, it'll open up a color mixer. So like I said in the beginning, this is a very nice feature to use to kind of familiarize yourself with the program. Instead of having to go under menus here and look what shortcut keys, you can, most of these things just hover. Especially if it's something you use a lot. So let's say you use your selection a lot and your text, then you know, okay, now A is for selection, T is for text, so you can type and then you can jump back to A. Okay, once you're out of your selection, maybe that's not a good example using those two. So text you have to select out. So maybe like the node editor or the point editor, so that'll be N and A. So then you can always use your selection tool, selection something, and use your node tool to edit the actual points. And then yeah, so that's a very good way to get familiarized with your user interface, or at least the buttons and so forth. But then yeah, I would say that is it on the status bar and tooltips. Like I said, very handy little features to use and get used to. But otherwise, if we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, this video and more videos like this is available here. And like I mentioned, we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover. We also have a nice little search feature, so if you're looking for anything specific. Otherwise, if you don't find what you're looking for, just go here, request a training video. Then we will make that for you. Otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.